welcome to Sweden.
Thank you.
What do you think about our country?
I'm having the most amazing time here. This is my first time in Sweden, first time in Stockholm, and I'm loving every minute of it. Your city is beautiful, it's clean, the people here are wonderful. I have not met a person that has not been anything but charming and polite and wonderful to me. I want to move here, I want to live here, it's beautiful.
You want to move here, so maybe Westeros is a good place to be.
Oh, I heard that. Yes, you have a town called Westeros. I'm not sure I'd want to go there, but I'm sure it's nothing like the Westeros that we're used to. It's just been a fantastic time.
They call it the town of cucumbers.
Is that right? Oh, well, that's okay. I'm quite good at making Greek salad, so I might check that out at some point.
So not so bad as Westeros in Game of Thrones.
Nothing is as bad as Westeros in Game of Thrones, I promise you. It's an awful place. I wouldn't fancy living there at all. I don't think anybody in today's society would do well in Westeros. Tough place to survive in.
So do you think we will see you walking those streets in Sweden soon again?
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I would love to come back. As I say, I've had the most wonderful experience here. The people are absolutely beautiful, and I really, really have enjoyed myself immensely. So hopefully I'll get back as quick as I can.
So you said you have mixed feelings about dying in the Game of Thrones. Can you explain that?
Yes, I can. I mean, my death scenes were a gift for any actor. I was absolutely delighted with them. It was a fantastic death scene to go out on. But when you're told you're dying in Game of Thrones, it's basically like being told you can't go back to your family again. Because over 5 years, you get to know both the cast and the crew, and it's like being part of this large, extended, slightly dysfunctional, incredibly talented family. And what makes it worse is so much of the filming of Game of Thrones is done in my hometown of Belfast. So you can't go out to a restaurant without seeing some of the cast members. So it's absolutely awful. I miss it terribly. But it has truly been one of the most fantastic experiences of my professional career. It has been a real privilege to be part of such an incredible, successful and popular show.
But when somebody asks you about a funny shoot, you have a hard time to pick up one from your mind.
Yeah, well, there's not much to laugh about in the world of Westeros. But funny enough, behind the scenes, we all have a great time. I mean, not many people know it, but Peter Dinklage, who plays Tyrion, and Conleth Hill, who plays Varys, are the funniest double act I've ever seen. Whenever the cameras are not rolling, they just have everybody in stitches. So we certainly have a great time together. There's such an immense pride that everybody feels being part of this show, and certainly all of the actors, all of the crew, everybody who works on the show have the same passion for the show that the fans have, and I think that shows. I think that shows on the screen.
Which actor do you have the best contact with today?
Well, I remain in contact with so many of them, and it's lovely because every time they've come to Belfast this season, because they're filming season 6 at the minute, they always send a message: let's meet for a drink, let's meet for a glass of wine, or let's meet for a meal. So I had dinner, funny enough, the other night with Jonathan Pryce, who plays the High Sparrow, Roger Ashton Griffiths, who plays Mace Tyrell, and Eugene Simon, who plays Lancel Lannister. But I'm lucky enough, we do keep in touch, and it's great. Plus, events like this, you get to see a few of your acting colleagues, and that's always great fun.
So you filmed a lot of horrible scenes. So what happens in your mind when you're playing those scenes?
Well, those scenes in particular, I mean, certainly for the first 4 seasons, I thought my character was just a thug, a coward, and a bully. I didn't find out until season 5 that he was a monster as well, and those scenes were particularly difficult. I will say, categorically, having said that we had child actors on set, and the Game of Thrones set is a very protected set and a very protective set. So their parents were there at all times. They had a great day, I can promise you that. I have a photograph of the 3 kids at the end of the day, Hattie, Isabel and Bella, and also of Afrique, who was the child actor in episode 9. So they were very well protected and they had a lot of fun. It was a little bit more difficult for me, I would have to be honest. It was tough. They were very, very tough, emotionally, very, very tough scenes to do.
So in real life, that emotions brings with you, you have your own sons? Or?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, I'm a father myself. The thought of somebody hurting my child fills me full of a rage that I could barely contain. And I know that if somebody did touch my child, I would take a lot longer to kill that person than Arya took killing Meryn. So yeah, those are particularly difficult scenes whenever you're filming a scene as a character that you have nothing in common with. But having said that, they were a fantastic challenge for me as an actor, and I was very grateful that the writers saw fit to give me those scenes and then to give me that death at the end of it. A death I don't think too many people will forget.
So how did you deal with those feelings in real life when you came home and you have shoot these terrible scenes?
Well, certainly there were several moments during the actual filming of the scenes where I just had to excuse myself, go to the bathroom, and there was 2 or 3 times, quite honestly, when I burst into tears because they were so terribly upsetting. And I think, you know, I think anybody would feel that. But I was very, very proud that we were able to pull it off at the end of the day. And I do think we did that. So once it was all finished, I was actually quite pleased with myself and proud of myself that we'd managed to pull it off. And it wasn't just me. Maisie Williams was fantastic in those scenes. The child actors, Freak, Isabel, Bella and Hattie, were wonderful. They made the scene. Because if their reactions weren't right, you wouldn't have believed that my character was the monster that he was. So I think we were all very proud of him at the end of the day.
So who do you think's gonna win the Game of Thrones?
I'm not sure. I don't know. And I'm beginning not to worry about it. As long as Tyrion and Varys, as long as those 2 characters are there at the end advising the winner, then I think Westeros could well be safe, because Tyrion and Varys are 2 characters in particular who I believe care about the ordinary people of Westeros, not the families, not the ruling families, not whoever's on the throne. It's whoever's going to be on the throne to look after the common people. And I certainly hope that Tyrion and Varys are there at the end.
So who do you think that those will be the king or the queen of the throne?
Everybody seems to think Daenerys might yet make it to the Iron Throne. Jon Snow is dead. What's going to happen there? There are so many possibilities, and honestly, I've given up trying to second guess Mr. Martin. The man's a genius, but he never does what you expect him to do. So every time I think, yeah, it's going to be Daenerys, and I think, no, it's not going to be Daenerys, I honestly, at this stage, have no idea. And every time I think, could be that one, could be that one. No, I don't know. I really don't know, but I'm absolutely looking forward to finding out.
And you don't know if Snow is going to be alive or if he really is dead?
No, I mean, he's dead. He is definitely dead. Of that, I am certain. He is dead. Will he come back to life? We saw Beric Dondarrion come back to life. I don't know whether we'll see Jon come back to life, and unfortunately I'm not part of filming this year, so I can't tell you. But I would really hope that he does. I would really, really hope that Jon comes back, because he's such a fantastic character in the series, and Kit's such a great guy. So I would hope, as a fan of the show, that we will see Jon Snow again, but I don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Please